still. Let's talk to our father. Saul, your dad gives you a big warm hug. I'm so happy you're finally awake. Dr. Instant thought it would be best to keep you asleep while your noggin healed. Your mother and I thought you might sleep away the whole year, my snoozy little gooseberry. Weird nickname, but okay. Shakes your head and looks relieved. He was clearly very worried about you, but covers it with jokes and smiles. Okay, are we embarrassed or are we like, oh, you love your dad? You get to make choices again, people. One, we're happy with our dad. We're happy. Yeah, we like our dad. I see. You love your dad. Welcome to Vertumna, he says, gesturing around you. You've never seen this stratosphere from the outside except in pictures. The ship has been separated in two and parts taken off to form other buildings in the big wall around the colony. The alien jungle creeps right up to the wall. Only the geodesic greenhouses pass outside it, dotting their way up the hill. Okay, we have 3 options. It's beautiful. How did you do this so fast? And what's outside the walls? So we can either like our new home, we can question, yo, you did this in 1 week, or like, but what's outside? What's the rest of this world? Be a bit adventurous. Okay, we want to be adventurous. We want to know what's outside the walls. Also, if we want to know different characters like different things, like as we saw Tammy, she barely leaves. She's very shy and she likes to stay near the home center kind of thing. I think she cooks, she bakes, and she likes to play with children and stuff, and she wants to be a mom and stuff. And we have other characters like this who is like adventurous and wants to see what's outside the wall. Okay, we get 1-3. Good. What's outside the walls? Oh, don't worry about it, my dear aubergine. He said, nothing that could hurt you. We just don't want you getting lost in the big, big world out there. Oh, before I forget. He pulls a package out from his satchel and hands it to you. You blink and stare at it blankly. Don't you know what day it is? He asked. You honestly don't? You remind him that you've been asleep in Mad Bay. Oh, his name is Geranium, by the way. Actually, I didn't know that. I never really paid attention to the name of the parents. Happy birthday, he shouts, wrapping you in a warm hug. Your birthday already? You feel a dizzying sense of déjà vu. You stare hard at the wrapped package. You know exactly what is in there. You remember it. No, you dreamed about this package. Some years ago on the ship, inside will be a small medallion in the shape of a sun that your dad made by hand. We have 3 different options. Open the package, tell him you know what's inside, or don't open the package. One, 2, and... We got a 1 and we got a 2. I think last time we took Alice Ames' choice, so this time we go with Green's. Tell him you know what's in it. We got this on medallion. You just describe the medallion and your dad as he hands you the package. Ah, who ruined the surprise? Was it Zeke? I bet it was Zeke. They hate fun. He grins and adds, don't tell them I said that. You start to explain that nobody told you, but someone shouts your dad's name. Listen, I'm sorry, Saul, he says, but I have to get back to work. There was an accident when we landed and... He's obsessive. Don't worry, we're going to fix it, your mother and I. suspicious stuff. Ooh, we unlocked study humanities and in engineering. Professor Hall is expecting you in classes if you're feeling up to it, your dad says, pointing west to the engineering wing in the rear end of the bisected ship. Then he points to the large doors you came out of earlier. Or you can relax in our quarters until you're feeling better. We will talk later tonight, he says, then kisses the top of your head, ruffles your hair. Have a wonderful birthday, Sol. I love you. Okay, we can do love you too, Dad. Or give him a thumbs up. Love you too, Dad. I know the tutorial. Oh, there's this. I like him. So let's say hello to the emo boy. You see this sitting... I'm still not sure how I said this. You see this sitting on the ground beside some bushes. Is he hiding from somebody? He seems to be watching the gate in the wall to the south, where grown-ups are coming and going. Kids aren't allowed past the walls, he says quietly without looking up. They say there's nothing to be afraid of. But then, why do we need walls? You stare at the gate and have sudden rush of memory, so strong that you think you might faint. You imagine something crashing through the wall, something enormous and dark and wriggly. For years in space, you've had half-remembered nightmares of monsters, of your ship being destroyed, of sifting through wreckage that used to be your home, trying to find something. Your dad always told you the dreams weren't real. Breaking you from your daydreams, these whispers. I think there are monsters out there. Okay, what do we say? I believe you. Stop making things up. My dad says there's nothing bad out there. One. Alright. I believe you. No, you don't, he says. You're being sarcastic. I can tell. Nobody believes me. He turns his back and ignores you. Okay, we can say they're huge and wriggly and dangerous, or we can leave him alone. 1. Okay, they're huge and wriggly and dangerous. Yeah, he did not like that. Stop making fun of me, Dee pouted. You're as bad as Mars. Oh yeah, he gets made fun of and kind of bullied by Mars. And the other kids, he's kind of an outsider, so he doesn't really trust us. So if we say like, oh yeah, I believe you, he's like, nah, you're making just fun of me. Like everyone else. So he mistrusts us until we are better friends to him. And here we have Anemone. Hiya, Sol. Anemone seems really at home here. She's rolling a sports ball around with her food, making patterns in the weird blue snow. This stuff is different from snow on Earth, she tells you, because it isn't cold. But it's still neat, and you can make stuff out of it. Your foggy head clears a little. Anemone is simple, physical, real. You always feel grounded near her. Okay, we have options again. What are you making? Have you seen any monsters? Why aren't you in school? And see you later. Have you seen any monsters? We are adventurous today. Nope, just some little bugs. The grown-ups would say if they were monsters, right? She shrugs, then smiles reassuring. Even if they were monsters, Chief Red would beat them all up. So don't worry. My mom says we're safe here. Safer here than we were in space. You both look over at the wreckage of the stratospheric, the spaceship where you were born. Anemone's mom, antecedent, is probably right about that. Look what the wormhole did to your ship. Okay, we have another option. What are you making? Why aren't you in school? See you later. Like, we can ask her more questions, pretty much. One. What are you making? You know, spirals, she says. But earlier, me and Cal made a big snow pile. You missed it while you were sleeping in Med Bay. I like that she says snow pal instead of snowman, like the gender neutral term. She smiles her broad gap tooth smiled at you. Now that you're awake, we can play. I guess we're now asking her why she isn't at school. She smacks her forehead. School? I wondered where everybody was. I guess I'm gonna be late for humanities class. He doesn't look very worried to you. It's okay, she says. Professor Hall is chill. He won't mind, but we should probably go now. She grins and starts running towards engineering. Hey, race you. No fair, she's getting a head start. I think nobody else is here. Nope. Engineering. Engineering is mostly for us like school, especially when we're younger here. Later on, we kind of can also work for engineering stuffs. So like different kinds, departments and stuff. A low throbbing noise comes from the engine room, which provides power to the colony. Other corridors lead off to the technic labs, teaching labs, and med bay. You know the route to your classroom well, but the rest of the swing is off limits to children. Conjurance, the ship's onboard AI, beams down at you from a nearby holoscreen. Don't forget to study hard, soul. So we can choose what we want to do. We have the option between study life science or study humanities. This gives us different skill points. Study this one. So we get +2 biology, +1 reasoning, +1 friendship with tangent, and +15 stress. Here we gain +2 creativity and +2 persuasion. I can see the 1. And we can see the 2. Then we go with study life science this time. Good afternoon, my burgeoning biologists and up-and-coming chemists. Professor Hall welcomes you back to your old classroom. This afternoon we will learn what I like to call the wet sciences. He gestures to the holo-project lesson plan. Biology, chemistry, medicine, ecology, and geology. You will learn a little bit of everything, with opportunities for further study in your favorite field. If you're looking for something a little drier, try registering for engineering classes. For today's lesson, Professor Hall tells you, we will start with a fun group project. You will be studying the mush tree, a prominent natural resource native to Vertumna. In the ideal conditions, it can grow at a speed of over a meter a day and have a diameter of up to 30 centimeters. He stands on his tiptoes and gestures to illustrate. Your team will experiment to find those ideal conditions. You are teamed up with Tang and Cal and are given a mush tree spore and a bucket to grow it in. The rest is up to you. Tang looks up surveyor's notes on the holonet. Mush trees, she reads, are most abundant south of the colony in the stormy, moist regions of the subaqueous swamp. What if we use water instead of soil? Cal suggests, like they do with hydroponics. Tang nods. If they like wet weather, that might work. Sol, do you have any suggestions? What do we do? What do we do? Make your choices. Get the 3. Sing to it daily. And the 2. Put it under bright grow light. Okay, which decisions had we last time? I'm not sure anymore. Then we go with sing to it daily. Tank protests, saying talking and singing to plants is foolish and unscientific. But Professor Hall reminds you that we don't know everything about bitumen plants yet, and nobody has proved it doesn't work on marsh trees. He gives you his blessing. You get a +1 empathy. Every day you rush into the classroom to check on its progress. You and Carl sing quietly to it. Tang flatly refuses to join in. By midweek, it has sprouted, and if you look very closely, you think you can actually see it growing while you watch. By the end of the week, yours is one of the biggest marsh trees in class. But one other group also tried Carl's water idea, and theirs is the same height as yours. How would they do that without singing? Yay! Yeah, we did something. Yeah, this is kind of the deck building part. It's pretty simple. I think you get it while I show you. Pretty much same numbers. I show you what it does. Give a bonus. Also, same numbers. And colors also give a bonus. Numbers. And then counting upwards or downwards also gives bonuses. Stuff like this. This would be our best option to do. We have the goal of reaching 9. We are reaching 13. We also get 1 bonus from the Sun Medallion. And we win. If we win, we kind of get a bonus on our election. Or like the thing we did. Sometimes we have to win the challenge to actually manage to do the task. Yeah, we get a bonus everywhere. And a bit of friendship with Tangent. Your parents have been working from first dawn to well after dinner every day. You know growing food is an important job and it's vital to get crops in the ground right away. But there seems to be something more than that. It's such a change from growing up on the stratospheric, when you saw them all the time. You stay up and wait for them at night before going to bed. Though you can tell they're exhausted, they make an effort to spend time with you. I'm sorry I haven't seen much of you, little gooseberry. Your dad says, your mom watches you as she works a pebble out of a gardening tiller, which also serves as a crutch. Or have you been holding up? Now we can tell her what we think about school. Do we like school? Do we think school is boring? Okay. We think school is cool. I'm glad to hear that, your mom says. I want you to study hard. Work hard and stay out of trouble. Your dad smiles. And Professor Hall will give you kudos if you could get good grades. We have 1 kudos. You can spend this at the depot once it's open. You know, says your dad, raising an eyebrow at your mom. I think there are lots of different ways to learn, and school is just one of them. You can learn from working on a hobby or by helping a friend. Your mom shakes her head and sighs. Though you can tell she's trying to put a gentle expression. We both agree that this colony is an experiment. And that means we're going to do things differently than on Earth. You're old enough now to start making your own decisions about your education and future. And if that means you find your own way, we accept it. Your dad puts a hand on your shoulder. We'll be proud of you no matter what you do. Try talking to your friends. They may have ideas how you can spend your time. In combat geoponics, your mom adds, we could use your help. Now we can shovel dirt. Amazing. Early quiet. Mid quiet. We have seasons here. Here we have Anemone. She wants to talk with us. Anemone is bumping a sports ball with her wrists, trying to keep it in the air. Heads up, she shouts and bumps her ball into your direction. Think fast. What do? We can't do a trick, but as before, this is 1, do a trick, 2, bounce it back, 3, look out, a ball is flying toward you. 2, bounce it back. We get the bonus on toughness. Now we have it 1 in this category. You bounce the ball back and forth with her, trying to see how many times you can rally and keep it going. Anyone tells you about the new sports ball court, a proper regulation-sized court, way bigger than the little 0G1 on the Stratospheric. Her brother Com is coaching the junior sports ball team this year. He's so great, she says. He's good at everything, especially spiking. He's coaching me to play awesome like him. You should come join us. Unlocked sports ball in the garrison. There's the emo. Let's talk to him. We can't really do much right now. We need a bravery of 20 to dare him to eat worms. Deuce looked at his feet and pretends not to notice you. Yeah, he doesn't like us right now. There are our parents. And there is Mars. A sharp whistle interrupts your thoughts. Hey, Saul. Mars calls out to you. Come here, I have a job for you. I think we also can check a thing here. We can check on our friends. And find out what their abilities are, when their birthday is, if they're in a relationship, the likes and the dislikes. Yeah. You walk over to Mars, who's sheltering from the snow under the ship's overhang. It's so gross here, she complains. This spark snow would ruin my good clothes. At least on the ship we had climate control. Ugh. Tammy made me some soy sweets. But there's no way I'm going out there in all the weather. She continues. Since you like running around in it, could you fetch them for me? What do we do? Do we help her? Do we get her treats? We have the choice of okay and get them yourself. Get them yourself. We go with okay. Good, Mars claps. She's probably just down the hill near our quarters. Mars sighs. Can't speak this word. She's scared to take more than a few steps from the door. All she wants to do is hide inside and make sweets. There she is. Tammy is staring obliviously at the sky, smiling to herself. She startles as you approach. Oh, hello, Sol, she says, putting her hand to her chest. Do you need something? I'm here for Mars soy sweets. Tammy smiles at you. Oh, it's nice for you to help out Mars. She's a very important person, you know. She hands you a box wrapped in a pink and yellow scarf. One order of mango soy sweets made fresh this morning, she says. Please tell Mars that she can have the scarf back, okay? She used some of her cuties to nanoprint it for me because it's so dusty here. But I think I'm getting used to it now. Tammy smiles again and tucks her hair behind her big elven ears. Mars is so cool, she says fondly. Sometimes she's kind of bossy, but I know she really cares, too. Tap, 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 tap. Mars puts a hand out expectantly. Give it here. Here it is. Or I ate them. What do we choose? I think the choices are on I ate them. Haha. We got the card for that. We got a 1+ and toughness +5 rebellion. You did what? Mars shrieks. Those were mine. Tammy made them for me. She crosses her arms and huffs at you. I knew you wouldn't be good at delivery, she says. That's what I told Administrator Zeke. Mars gestures to the door behind her. I think they're still looking for delivery people. If you want to make it up to me, she says. Tell Zeke I referred you. Just try not to eat your next delivery, nullhead. Command. You can't apply to deliver supplies right now because we don't have the skill. We either need a toughness of 10 or organizing 10. You can view the notice board. Colony food shortfall -100%. Low. Colony security rating. Evaluating. Upcoming event. We will be hosting our first annual Vetunalia festival during the 2nd month of Dust. Notice, take precautions outside the colony boundaries. Xenofauna have been sighted in the area. Survey teams are investigating. Current council and administration. Blah 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 blah. Alright. Leave. Our parents want